Let's talk missions. For more information, follow us. Talk missions.
Hello, brother. I'm Emmanuel from Talk Missions.
I'm Emmanuel.
Okay, nice. When I say Talk Missions, you say Hope in Missions. Talk Missions.
Hope in Missions.
Talk Missions.
Hope in Missions.
All right. I'm glad to have you in our midst today, and we are here to talk about Talk Missions. And basically, what Talk Missions is about is asking missionaries certain questions, and then they give response to the questions we ask. So first of all, I would like to ask you this question. Can you give me some details about yourself, or you think I need to know about you?
Okay. Like I said, my name is Emmanuel Mensah Agbenyo. I'm a trained journalist, and I'm on full-time missions now, and I'm also doing a little of entrepreneurship. After my basic school, I traveled to Nigeria, and that is where I actually got involved in missions or reaching out. Talking a little bit about my faith or how I got converted. Actually, nobody led me to Christ. I started preaching very young at the age of 6. And then my family, according to my mom, they said they discovered that growing up, that's what I would love to do. So they keep encouraging me to go out and then preach the gospel. They said when I was young, I would gather empty things and then start behaving like I'm having church service with the kids in the community.
Oh, okay.
And I'll be preaching.
Wow.
So as young as I've not been taught how to read the Bible, but they said I could preach seriously from the Bible, that grown-ups will come around and be listening. So to them, they discovered that there is something God wants to do with me.
So if I may ask, how did you get into missions?
So, like I said, I traveled to Nigeria, and then I traveled there on a purpose to go and involve in movie acting, because I started acting when I completed my junior high school. So when I got there, they told me I have to further my education to get a little knowledge or to be a little fluent in my English language. So they enrolled me in senior high school. When I got into the school, the first friend they gave me was an evangelist who is also into stage drama.
Oh, okay.
So we became so close. And then he introduced me to how to use the acting to win souls. So I, as an actor and someone who is growing up with that mentality of winning souls, I was so much interested in what he introduced me into. So I get involved. And then that's where I started reaching out. As introduced fully into mission, that's reaching out to the unreached in the year 2013, when I was invited by a friend called Enoch Mario, who knew me to be someone that I like evangelism and other things. So he invited me on a mission trip with a man who is now my mentor and my adopted dad. I'm talking about Reverend Mensah. So I went on a trip with him to the northern part of Ghana to an unreached people group called Kumba. And when I got there, it was a short trip, but I discovered that no, there's something that these people need that we have that they don't have. And that was not actually the gospel. Okay. As a trained journalist, freshly graduated, I was so much passionate about looking for news items. So I started interviewing people, talking to people, and finally they told me about this story of the culture in the northern region where they force the children into marriage. Young children around age 6 and the teenagers. So I was so much interested, So I picked the story that I want to work on it. I want to do a documentary on it and send it out. Then when I came home praying over that, God spoke to me that, do you think they need government or they need Jesus Christ? So I thought of it and I said, no, these people need Jesus Christ. So I took a personal decision that I'll be going there every month to preach the gospel with them. So That's how I started with missions.
Do you think missions is worth the sacrifice? Do you think there's hope in missions? And what have been, what are some of the things you've experienced that made you feel like giving up on missions?
Okay. I've faced a lot of horrible, stuff, challenges when it comes to the mission work. The big one was support. But let me give you one strength that keep me in or sustain me in the missions. When I was called, when I hear the calling, I was resisting. Even started very young, I was resisting. Back in Nigeria, when I was going through discipleship, a young boy one day called me that God said he should give me a message. A young boy at the age of, let me say, 4 or 5. And I listened to the guy, and I discovered that it was a clear, revelation or voice of God coming to that young man. And one word I can never forget from all he said was that, go and don't think about money.
So basically, do you think there's hope in missions?
There is a big hope in missions. Initially when you are starting missions, you'll be cut between whether it's going to be successful or not. But one thing is this: just keep doing what God is asking you to do and leave the rest to God. Because I went there several times. I went to the north several times. It's like there was no change. But I went to one particular community called Tinambuni. And when I got to that community, it was a community, they don't know anything about God. So how can you talk to them about Jesus Christ? They have not heard anything that there is a God who created mind, who created everything. So I went to that community, stayed there for 3 days. The food they fed me, it was something I was taking for my first time. The water was something very, very horrible. And let me tell you something small about the water. You can't take the water in the daytime, because if you see the color of the water, you will not take it. So you have to take it in the night. And if you are taking it in the night, just make sure that immediately you put it there, you sip a lot. If not, you can't sip it twice. So
okay, so what would you like to tell the people out there about missions?
You see,
and lastly, what do you think are some of the benefits of missions to the society?
You see, missions has a lot of benefit to the society. As we preach Jesus Christ to people, it's not only are they going to receive salvation, but their life is going to be transformed. They are going to be enlightened, and they are going to begin to live well. And it serves as a good means of changing the society, because if somebody did not hear the gospel and still remain in his ignorance or still remain with that character, those behavior, they will come back and tend to be the armed robbers and the things we are seeing in the society. But the gospel turns life around, and everybody need to involve in that. This is how the mission can benefit the society. Now, it's important that everyone should be involved in missions. Exactly. One, because it's a command from God. I always tell people that right from creation, this is the reason why God created us. He said we should multiply and be fruitful. That's the reason why he created us. And mission is all about multiplication and being fruitful, creating someone like you, exactly. Trying to make someone like you. So that's one reason why God created mankind. And two is the command that Jesus Christ gave us. That's why Jesus Christ came.
Let's talk missions. For more information, follow us.